2022 alone, advertising companies spent over $200 billion on advertising. That's an over 10% increase from what they spent in 2021. So oftentimes I find myself watching an advertisement and not knowing that I'm watching an advertisement yet, because the way that they are made now is made to draw you in first, a lot more than just selling a product. Does anyone find that happening to them?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Ernest, and I'm going to be talking to y'all about the evolution of businesses and consumers' relations over the last 40 years or so. When we talk about old school consumerism, we're talking about oftentimes a focus on needs. It's what the product is providing for you, or what the product does different than all other products in the market. Like a car, what's the fastest car? Or shoes, what's the most comfortable shoes or the best shoes? And there's also a focus on the details that have to do with that product. Like the 1985 Cadillac DeVille, when I watched an advertisement for that, the main selling point of that was that it was the only transverse mounted V8 engine in the world. Now, I don't personally know what that means. Do y'all know what that means?
No.
Oh.
But that was their main selling point for this whole advertisement. And what the benefit of having a transverse mounted engine is that it allows for more space. So why didn't they just say that, right? That would make more sense to me to just say that it creates more space. But the fact that it was the only one and it was stated like this was what made it such an interesting product at the time, and what made people want to buy it. Now let's contrast that with new consumerism or digital consumerism. A lot of times digital consumerism is focused on the feelings that the product can give us. Like when I watched a 2020 Cadillac lineup commercial, as opposed to the 1985 Cadillac DeVille commercial, what I noticed was that this commercial, it didn't really talk too much about what the cars had in them, but it was more about the feeling you can get out of the car. Like it was a video about leaving work a little bit earlier than everyone else, and that feeling of enjoyment. And that's something that advertisers pull on a lot more now than they used to in the past, when they were mainly focused on just trying to pull on your need for something. And another way that digital consumerism is very different from old school consumerism is that is the celebrity influence on it. A lot of fashion lines especially are mainly started or get marketed by like celebrities or musicians. A lot of times people won't like a clothing item or a pair of shoes until they see someone famous or someone they enjoy or like doing something wearing those shoes. It's a big way for things to become popular. And so with these two things, it kind of can, especially with the ability for these celebrities to interact with their fans a lot easier now through things like Instagram posts or Twitter or YouTube's. It allows for companies to be able to reach their consumer much easier and for much cheaper. And that goes into why this shift has occurred. For one, as I just said, it's much cheaper for companies. It's much easier to pay one celebrity to just make an Instagram video saying that they like this product or endorse this product than to have an entire team come in for advertising, hire a group to film a commercial for it, or do various other put ads in the newspaper. There's a lot of other ways that companies use to reach out to their consumers that are just more expensive and less effective than just paying influencers or celebrities to reach out to their fans. And another reason why this shift has occurred is the rise in consumer consciousness. We're all much more aware of the strategies that companies used to use to advertise to us and to get us to buy products than we used to be. So they have to find new strategies and new ways to reach their consumers. So I've talked about how there's been a shift from old consumerism to new consumerism because of the shift from needs to what we feel and what we want to feel, which is being sold to us most of the time through advertisements. And it's also much easier for companies to reach out to us because of these the lower overhead and the much more efficient ways and much more streamlined ways to reach their consumers. And although we may be more aware as consumers, I want to leave you all with this thought. Advertisers have become much more savvy and much more aware of the way that we think than they used to be. And it's important that while we're watching videos or TV or commercials, we need to be aware of what they are trying to sell us and why they're trying to sell us these things. Thank you. I'm Ernest. That's all I have.